What is up, App Nation? It is Steve P. Young, founder of appmasters.com, the place you go when you want action-packed content related to helping you grow your app downloads and obviously making more money through apps. And today I got a friend of mine all the way in Barcelona, Spain. We're all safe. That's good. But we're going to talk about how do you utilize TikTok style type of videos on TikTok, the advertising platform, but elsewhere as well. So leverage one asset for multiple platforms. So let me introduce the guest. Without further ado, his name is Shamaaf Rao. He is the founder of Rocket Ship HQ. Go check him out. They do a phenomenal job of helping you grow your app downloads in a very cost-effective manner. More focus, more on the paid acquisition side. So rocketshiphq.com. Shamaaf, welcome.
Excited to be here, Steve. I've always enjoyed being on your show. Excited to be here with you today. Today, we're going to talk about winning with TikTok-style creators. And certainly, Steve, I've talked about creators in some of your other videos. This is absolutely something I'm very excited to jump into and show a lot of your viewers today so they can see what it's all about. Right? A bit about me, Steve, as you said, I head up Rocket Ship HQ, but if your listeners are interested, they can check out our podcast, Mobile User Acquisition Show. Lots of good stuff there, so feel free to check that out as well. So,
I'll link that up into the podcast in the show notes as well. I've been able to be a guest on that show. It's a really good show.
Yeah. As I was telling you, Steve, just before this, your episode is something that I forward to a lot of people. Steve's episode's on how to get featured on the app stores. Very popular episode. Certainly something I forward to a lot of people.
Thanks,
right. Getting into this, right? So what are TikTok style creators? TikTok style creators are fun, short, looping videos that really get a lot of engagement. And as Steve said, they get a lot of engagement on TikTok, certainly, because TikTok, the ad platform, is certainly taking off. But because they're fun and engaging, they also take off elsewhere. Right, because if you could totally run it on Facebook, you could run it on Snap, you could run it on ad networks. Certainly, these creators really take off. And in today's video, I'm going to break down the key elements that make TikTok style creators really compelling, really fun, and let them drive the kind of performance that they really, really drive for us, and they can hopefully drive for you as well. Let's get started. So here's are the 5 key elements that we're going to talk about. We'll dive into each of these in the coming slides. Character-driven, lead with music and movement, portray emotions, exaggeration, raw, unpolished, unfiltered. Right? So these are the 5 key elements we look at. And I will illustrate each of these with examples of creators that we have run. Let's get into it. Number 1, creator-driven, narrative-driven videos. Right, so this is for a game. The ad that you see on the screen is for a game that we made. And really, as you'll notice, for the game, we did not show gameplay. Right? And certainly you can have gameplay as a part of the video, but really what you want the video to be is creator-driven, and it has to have some sort of a narrative. Right? So you have to have real characters that are being portrayed that really look like influencers. This is what we call native influencer content, which is even if they're not influencers, they are actors that we engage to act, essentially. And we don't always just have them talk to the camera, right? So this is not a testimonial. This is a narrative. This guy's not saying, guys, this app is awesome, come download, which can work in other contexts, but not on TikTok. And this guy's saying, let's see if you can fight me. And there's a narrative there with, I can't show the video in this one because, well, as you can see, we've had to block some of the content here. But hopefully you get the idea here. This is for a build and battle game. This is a combat game. And he's saying, let's see if you can fight me.
Hey, Shamaaf, so I've heard from others too that they'll look for influencers on TikTok and let them have that creative driven narrative and be like, hey, you guys know the TikTok platform. That's why you're an influencer. Why don't you guys create a video for us? Now, what are you guys doing? Are you using a actor or somebody, an influencer? How are you getting this character for this video?
Yeah, there certainly are people who engage influencers, right? So if you're doing a lot of influencer marketing, you can and you should absolutely engage influencers. We engage actors. We work with a network of actors just because we work on a lot of projects like this. The advantage of working with actors is they are a lot less expensive. With an influencer, you have to pay for the influencer's reach. With an actor, you don't. So that's the trade-off, really. If you're aiming to buy media through them, by all means, you should use an influencer.
That's cool.
Right?
How do I become an actor on your platform? That's cool.
Yeah. You're welcome. Anytime. Yeah. I've had friends of mine, be actors, so it's not that hard. And for reasons I will explain later on in this video, right? Number two, right? Music and movement and music driven. Again, this is another ad we made, right? And again, as you can see, this is somewhat with actors. Some of them are like, "Oh, dance, I'm not really I haven't learned dancing. I'm not like a skilled dancer." We tell them, do bad dancing. That is still okay, right? It's like just move your hands around. We're gonna add music, right? So if you played around with TikTok, you will see this music, this dancing. It's a very vocal, it's a very movement-driven platform. And even if you do bad dancing, and especially if you do bad dancing, it works well. It's such a very simple shortcut that we just see a lot of success with. Right? And this is basically saying me using XYZ app. That's all you need to show. Right? Of course, this is a part of a larger narrative, but this is an element that we find important and crucial. Number three, portray primary emotions. Because this is such a short form focused app, you want to capture attention quickly. And the way you do that is by showing nonverbal emotions clearly upfront. Here, this woman saying, "Oh, I forgot my mom's birthday again," and she's shocked. And that's what draws people in. And you could argue that the happy dancing, bad dancing is a way of doing exactly that. Right? So somebody's dancing, they're happy. You don't need 1,000 lines of text to convey that. So primary emotions we find are very, very crucial, very, very important. If anything, we also find it important to lead with primary emotion. And I forget who wrote this, but it's like there are 4 primary emotions: happy, sad, mad, and something else, right? Yeah, so you can look them up, but really, either positive or negative, what does your app make them feel? How do you just portray that very, very clearly in a non-verbal manner? Again, exaggeration is good, right? So you essentially can show exaggeration. You show primary emotions to an extreme. You say, well, you can win money, but you can win like lots of money. You just show those are like $1 bills, but you can still show them. So exaggerate when possible. And again, if you could argue that some of this is also exaggerated emotion, but this is exaggerated action, right? So that's what's important. Then the last one is raw, unpolished, unfiltered. One thing you should remember is that whatever works on Instagram does not work on TikTok, or does not work on TikTok style videos, right? It's because if something's Instagram worthy, it's very slick, very polished, right? And that's not what's going to work on TikTok, because a TikTok user is going to look at Instagram and say, "Oh, this is by a professional photographer. No, we're not going to do this." Right? So you have to make sure it comes across as candid, which again leans into what I talked about, which is you have to be creator-driven. You have to be spontaneous. It does not have to look scripted. It has to look spontaneous. And again, pro tip, keep it vertical, because if you keep it horizontal or whatnot, they know you're not a native of the platform. You're not all that familiar with the platform. Again, make videos that appear native. That's what really elicits clicks. That's what really elicits performance. Again, those were the 5 key elements, like I said, right? So try to hit on each of them. We use them almost as a checklist. Can we hit on ideally all 5 of them, or at least as many of them as possible? The best part about TikTok is you can make your own creatives. You don't need elaborate video editing. We do work with a video editor. We certainly use the video editor to do a lot of finessing. But really, this is the inside of the TikTok platform, right? So you go in, you can add text overlays, you can add music, you can add effects like flowers falling from the sky. You can essentially download the video from the TikTok platform to your phone and essentially use it right there. And that's the beauty of TikTok. That's how cool and effective TikTok style videos are, not just on TikTok, but wherever else you might want to run those ads. That's all I've got for you guys today. Thank you so much, Steve, for having me. Everybody, if you guys want to check out more, check out the Mobile User Acquisition Show. Steve, hopefully you can link to that. I'm also teaching a course at the Mobile Dev Memo Academy. Feel free to check that out. It's on scaling via Facebook ads, mdm.academy. Look for my course there. Thank you so much for having me, everyone. Thank you, Steve, for having me.
Shema, I do want to, and I'll link all those into the show notes as well, but I do want to ask you this. So with TikTok, I do have to reiterate that it is a great app for you to edit videos. I did a video with my son just for fun because I was like, hey, let's do something fun together. And the recording and the filtering and the editing capabilities on TikTok, amazing. The other thing I want to ask you, are you just using these ads on IG stories where vertical makes sense? Or are you using this on like the Facebook platform, the feed, and the Instagram feed as well?
Everywhere. Right. So, I mean, all you need to do is repurpose this to a square size and you can use it everywhere. Right. So, yeah, it works amazingly well everywhere.
And then from a ad text perspective, are you doing anything there?
Oh, what you see here, right? This is demo text. That sort of overlay, it's very important. Yeah.
Like on Facebook, within the feed, you can say like, here's what I want to say. Go check out my app, or hey, #1 app to help you lose weight. Are you doing anything in the ad text that helps sort of make sure that they...
Yeah, you just communicate your value proposition, really, right? It's not anything crazy, right? But again, I think it needs to be tied into the narrative rather than a call to action, right? So in these videos, it's like in the videos we had, it's like, oh, me using this app, right? So me after I forgot my mom's birthday again, she's not saying use my app. Right? Me using this app and doing a happy dance, not saying download this app. Let's see if you can find me. Not saying download this app. Same thing, with this guy. Be a pro, right? So yeah, not be overly pitchy, which totally works on a lot of other platforms. Facebook, we say that, right? Facebook, Snap, we say that, but I think here you need to keep it more narrative focused.
It almost feels like if you create a good TikTok style video, that the video will do most of the work. Like you don't need to think about what the ad copy is going to say. It's like, hey, the video will stand on its own. And that if you run on ads on Instagram, like the swipe up, like people will know that it's an ad and they'll swipe up on their own. Is that what I'm getting a sense from you?
Totally. Okay. Yeah.
So no call to action necessarily. It's just like, hey, create a cool video, let it run. You're going to see the results.
Yeah. TikTok gives the call to action. Facebook gives a call to action, right? They say learn more, play game, whatnot. So they do that work for you.
That's awesome. Shema, anything else you want to cover?
No, this is great. And what I want to communicate is this is simple. This is a 5-point checklist. Go over it. Use it for TikTok. Use it for all your creators.
Yeah, I love it. Once again, guys, it is Rocket Ship HQ, and the podcast is called Mobile User Acquisition. Check out my podcast about how do you get featured on the different app stores. Shema, do you want to send the listener, the watcher, anywhere else?
Yeah, no. And MDM Academy, my course on scaling via Facebook ads, mdm.academy, Mobile Dev Memo Academy. That's where I'm going to be teaching a course sometime in the first week of May. So you got plenty of time. We'll hook you up with a discount code, your listeners to with a discount code, which you can include right here.
Cool. Perfect. Shema, thank you so much for coming on and doing this, man.
Cool, man. Awesome, Steve. Always a pleasure to be here.
Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next video.